Hi, welcome to Antique Quest and another episode of Harris & Sons auction walkthrough. Now this walkthrough will be for our auction that will be ending on May 13th, which is a Thursday evening, and that will start closing at 9 o'clock Atlantic time, 8 o'clock if you're in Ontario, and it's a soft close auction like we've been doing. So I think you know the drill on those so far. So we're just going to show you a few of the things today. We're not going to get into great detail on every item, so hopefully it'll be a little quicker video than they normally are. But we do want to show you some of our highlights today because we have some fantastic things, especially some of the early original cartoon line drawings and some things like these. I mean, there's a wonderful transit here in its original box. Comes with its old skeleton key, a Bosch and Lomb loop. Everything's in here, including all of that sort of thing. A fabulous Apothecary Scale here. Now this one is probably a druggist because of the very small little cups that are being used. Now there is a key that would have lifted up this lid. The lid is locked, but as you saw, you can open up the front door. But it is a skeleton key, so there's a good chance you may find it. But you can't get in from the top anymore. You just have to go in through the front. Great piece though, beautiful display pieces. Both of these look great in a library or an office, anything like that. These are both in our auction coming up, and we're going to show you some other things right now. So we have some more braided rugs coming in this sale. Nice, good size, clean rugs. We have some fabulous old toys. Even a wind-up Santa Claus there. Some great early baskets, but the classic Furnival beaver plate, and that is one nasty looking beaver that they used on those back then. But a nice early plate, great piece of Canadiana there. You got some nice native bark containers, nice native carved pipe, carved oven native, some early banks. Early unusual plate. This great early game of ping pong. Now the box is rough, but I love this. There's little fairies and all sorts of things on there, and it's the new table game ping pong. Interesting stuff. We got some beautiful blue and white pottery. This absolutely wild Chinese piece here, puzzle jug I guess you would call it. Some interesting early game boards, coffee mills. Now this is a fabulous early piece. Salt box would hang on the wall, and that's how you get your access to it. Beautiful carvings on the front. This is a great big Henry Burks and Sons silverware chest, brass bound, beautiful handles. I'll open it up when I get a chance after I show you this wonderful old Victor camera. This is nice with the wood and the red bellows, and it's beautiful original stand there, tripod. Alright, and we have another Apothecary Scale. This one's slightly smaller than the other one. Nice larger pans, same thing. You can access the front and the back, and what's unusual on this one is it actually has side doors, and it has them on both sides, and I haven't seen that before. And this side is actually a larger door. So lots of access into that one. Nice little weight set. A shark vertebrae swagger stick. Sailor made piece, no doubt. Comatech. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly. An Inuit sleigh. And it's got bone on the bottom. Just a nice little model. All sorts of other little things. Some navigating tools. Silver mounted toasting horn, another microscope back there, some early lanterns, a miner's lamp, a little mortar back there, and nice early steam engine toy here, and a great bell with a beautiful tone. Really neat piece with some wrought iron work on the side. A great photo album, absolutely full. Even some interesting pictures in there. You have to go online to see those. Some nice early books. Some small clocks there, and both of them in working condition. a Rosetta Stone model from the British Museum. Some nice crocks, some ginger beers, some Nova Scotia studio pottery. Decoy, some beautiful canes here. This one with the walrus ivory handle. Really nice. And a neat cigar box, which is Halifax. Nice little advertising piece. And some blue decorated crocks. This one, as I understand it, is a fairly rare marking for a Brantford with a 2 like that. Beautiful flower on that one. And a BP Company, Belleville, Ontario, and a heart on that 4-gallon. Some wonderful early wood planes. A whole collection of really interesting ones. Actually came from 2 different places. Some early wooden tools. One to take note of for sure is this early skate toe, they call it. I hope you can see that. If the camera would focus on that only and not everything in the background. Let's see, you can see that skate toe on it. Looks like an old skate. Beautiful early plane there. Some cookie molds. Those are double-sided too, so there's decorations on the back as well. Beautiful old school clock here in working order. Nice little ship's clock. Some fabulous early mirrors with little folk painted glass scenes, sailing and a house. Yarmouth police officer from way back when. Some oil paintings here, violinists, etchings, etc. And we have some carvings, a great lot of baskets here. All these smaller baskets that are in there, all some native work. These are interesting because there's 2 of these and they're quite large, but the center is, this one's for Hamburg and the other one is for Bremen, and that centerpiece is actually 800 silver. Quite a large piece of silver there. Some early maps, 18th century maps. Matisse, that is actually a silk screen, but it is a reproduction silk screen of a Matisse. Nice early painting of an icebreaker, painted from an opposing ship. And we've got some early photographs of Inuit hunters using those Kamateks that we showed you earlier. Beautiful, absolutely beautifully made, custom made jewelry box here. A gorgeous selection of wood. It's got a bowed top, a lift out tray, and another tray below. Beautiful joints on the side. Just really nicely made. This is interesting. I'll show you this. If you want your wine chilled, this one actually has a glass piece down the center that you would put your crushed ice in. And you can put that back in and keep your wine chilled without watering it down. And that's a nice Bohemian cut to clear crystal jug, quite a large size. A little Roseville vase, early one. Some art pottery. This is actually a Marblehead pottery. There is a fine hairline in that. It's in one of the lots. And now we're going to show you some of the early cartoon art. Now, right here, this is a Racy, and this was actually, sorry for the glares, published in a Montreal newspaper back in 1937, and it's Hitler and the boys looking at Roosevelt's speech, and they're quite upset about it. This one comes with family papers on the back as well, a whole story of its provenance, but that is actually the original, and we're going to show you some more close up. Okay, so what we wanted to show you was some of the ephemera that's in this auction. Now, it may be hard to show you some of this because a lot of it has plastic protective wrap on it, but we're going to try and give you an idea of size anyway. So we have a wonderful Canadian War poster. I like that one because it says, "Lick 'em over there. Come on, Canada." Pretty neat piece. We've got some nice early calendar pieces. That one I believe is McCormick Deering tractors. Great images though, nice early calendars. Now this is actually an original Gilray engraving. Now there is no originals left of Gilray from what I understand, and please, there is a lot of history on these artists I'm about to show you on the listing, so you can go and read up all about them. It's very very well written, and this is an absolutely horrific image, but this is a cartoon written by the British about the French, and this one I think is 1798 if I remember correctly. But a good early one, and it shows the French stomping on the Bible and the Brits up here in the clouds with the lightning bolts coming to get them. Really interesting historical print, and Gilrays are very sought after and very hard to find, and that one in particular. Now over here, these are actually, and I know these look like prints. When you first see them, you're going to think they're prints. These are not. These are actual line drawings. These particular two are from Punch, which was a very famous publication. I don't know if the camera will show you that, but they're incredible. But these are the actual original line drawings by the artist. Some of these have notations across the bottom, you know, for the captions and that sort of thing. But the detail of these drawings, these particular horse drawings on these, and a horse is a very difficult thing to draw well. These are exceptional original works of art. Then of course you have some later ones which show Mr. Nixon and some others, and there's a set of 4 in here, but that gives you an idea of size. And what's this? The caption on this one is okay, where would you cut them? And this was for the Saturday Star, and it shows the NATO forces and whatnot. So I hope some of that's coming through. Now this, I don't want to take it out because it does have, let me see, maybe I can. Maybe I can. It has a lot of holes in it already. It's rough, but it's an original vaudeville poster. There's lots of holes in it, but just fabulous to see these. And you know, in any condition, I particularly don't mind rough condition on something like this because it has that look of being as old as it should. So that's an original vaudeville poster. There's a little piece of it right there that probably belongs on there somewhere. But just really neat to see. You know, it'd be well worth framing. Now you can have these restored. That would be quite a job on this particular one, but try to find one that doesn't need restored. I mean, just finding one in particular is rather difficult indeed. Now this is an original, and it's huge, and I don't think it's even going to fit in the camera. But this is an original Davenport. Now, his cartoons were so powerful that they say he could even sway elections. So this is showing army tax, and he's carrying them on his back. These are wonderful political statements of their time. Quite an early one, but again, this is an original line drawing. A fantastic piece of art. Fantastic. And very well known, important early cartoonists in the history of cartooning. This is a Paul Webb, famous for his hillbillies. And this one is actually for, believe it or not, it's advertising the finish on the washing machine. So it says, "Don't worry, Grandma, he can't hurt the finish. It's protected with V-Dog." So this is a national ad for V-Dog. And it's June 13th, 1945. But that's the original drawing. Paul Webb signed down here, the hillbillies, and there's a bit of a finish on the washing machine there. Just a really neat piece. This is an Honor Demure cartoon. Again, very hard to find these from that time period, a French cartoonist. But again, it looks like they're all sort of complaining about the same thing, the military taking the clothes right off your back. An interesting piece there. Very well-known artist. Very well-known. This, I love this one. This is a Starrett. That's an original grease pencil drawing of the guard and the criminals in the prison. Just an amazing piece of work. All of these are more than deserving of some really good framing. And this one I want to show you too, because this is just such a great piece. And that's an original Robert Carter. Again, great size, the mirror of self-criticism. Just an amazing collection that came our way. The Racy actually came out of a second estate after we had taken this stuff in for auction. So just funny how it works that way. Sometimes you don't see any of this stuff for years and years, and we've never had a collection this good of early cartoon art by far. And then the next estate we go in, there's another one sitting there. So just really interesting stuff. Very scarce, only one of any of these. So please have a look at that. But there's something I can't wait to show you, and it is just absolutely fantastic. Now this incredible piece here is actually by Edward Kemmies. Now he was a very well-known American sculptor, and this is his work of Sitting Bull. Now he did a large bronze off of this, and he was from 1843 until 1907. Now how this piece ended up here in Nova Scotia is still a bit of a mystery, but it did come from the Harbor View Motel and Cottages. Now this was a large vacation area, and a lot of Americans came up and built cottages there. And when the man who consigned this to us, when him and his wife bought the Harbor View Inn and all the cottages that went along with it years and years and years back, this was actually found on one of the porches to one of the cottages. And it has a massive iron frame running around it, and it's more or less like a stone concrete terracotta sort of composite here. Very heavy, extremely heavy, somewhat fragile. I'm sure you can see there's a little chip up in this corner here, but I'll try and turn around and show you the back because it is extremely heavy. Okay, you see how this is all sort of cut out to reduce the weight, but you can see this stone, basically it's like a concrete where it's cracking and whatnot, but this was part of the process used to make the bronze that he's so well known for. And it has this big iron strap running all the way around it. And I'm just gonna have to get it here, put it in here. But it's a very famous work. You can go online, you can see Edward Kemmies' bronze of Sitting Bull, and this is what you're going to find. But this is actually the stone that was used for it, and it's a very deep carving. Just superb. There's a slight crack across the bridge of his nose here. You know, you're going to find some cracks just from age. We are very concerned about shipping it. So what we will say, we don't want to say pickup only, because we realize that this has got much more desirability in the States than it will up here in Canada, and we'd love to get it to somebody down there. But we are somewhat concerned on shipping this, because no matter how well we pack and crate this, there's always that chance that if somebody drops the crate, this could crack. So basically what we're saying is it's at the risk of the buyer. We'll do our very best to crate it so it does not move. But it's just an absolutely incredible piece, an incredible find, and out of its location, but we're glad to have it here. So we hope you can go online and learn a little bit more about that. But that is an image of Sitting Bull, and, known as a terracotta relief, although it's much more concrete than a terracotta. So thanks for watching, folks. That's it for today. We're going to let you look at the rest of it online, because there is a lot more that we didn't get around to showing you. But those are some of the highlights. And right after this, we're going to have a sports memorabilia short notice auction. And then right after that, we have an amazing auction coming up with some outstanding Canadiana, Americana, just some great things. Honestly, it just keeps coming, and we just keep trying to get it out to you. So we appreciate you tuning in and watching. If you do have any questions, please get in touch with us. Give us a call, give us an email, whatever you want to do, and we'd be glad to help you out. If you do have any trouble registering for the online auction, please just go to my website. There's a phone number there. You can call it, and it takes you right to the high bid lady, and she will get you on there nice and easy without you having to do anything. So if you find it a little frustrating trying to register, just give them a call. It's toll free, and you only have to do that the one time, and then you're good to go. So thanks again. You have a great day. God bless. Bye-bye.